Oh, we're getting into our first game. Took us a little while, we started the stream 10 minutes ago, I want to say. But you know what, we made it. We just had a really extended intro, and we're going to pretend that that was intentional.
It was all according to plan, man.
So, the map pool for the tournament is actually just completely predetermined, right? They just
Yes,
play the maps in the order that Wobbly Eyes set them in.
yes. So in the rules, it shows the maps, or it should show the maps. No, it's actually
Yeah, it's actually just in the brackets.
the yeah, in the brackets. All right. So the maps for this, the first one is Caractron, and then Death Boss. Oh, I like that one, and Long Will. So all pretty, standard balanced maps. Nothing too crazy.
No standard balance maps? These aren't standard balance maps? Or am I
Sorry?
misunderstanding what you said?
Oh yeah, I mean, all of the maps are pretty standard and balanced for this. There's no maps in this first round with really crazy terrain. Like for instance, in the second round, there's this map, Alpine Ridge, with this huge hill in the middle, and it's also balanced, but the terrain there really plays a huge role. Um, so that can really affect your strategies.
Yeah.
For instance, if you're the vampire counts and there's a huge hill on a map, or just a lot of terrain, then usually you don't want to play as the vampire counts on that map, because you have no ranged units or artillery, right? So you can't force the opponent out of that position.
And also, a lot of vampire count units are pretty slow too. The
Yeah,
infantry, at
exactly.
least.
If you want to bring your front line of zombies. Oh, they actually have the timer at 60 minutes. Guess it doesn't matter for now.
It's supposed to be at
So
20, though, I am made to understand.
yeah, maybe we'll just tell them for the next game.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to go over Army Blue?
That's vampire counts, yeah?
Yes.
Sure. Well, we have some Black Knights, two of them on the left side, one Blood Knight on the right side, some Cryptors, one, two, three, four, five Grave Guards, and one of them is the Sternsmen. One, two, three, four, five zombies, with one of them being the Tithe. A White King, another White King, and Heinrich Kemmler. And so, I mean, that seems like a really, really strong, just like, front line. He just intends to walk right at them and kind of outlast the other guy in a fight, right?
Yeah, a lot of zombies and a lot of Graveguard. Not a lot of armor piercing though, but I guess, yeah, well, he does have the Crypt Horrors. And
Yeah.
he does have 3 cavalry units, so I think if he can use those to interrupt these Empire gunners, he may win. But the Empire is bringing what looks like a pretty strong army at first glance. He has these 3 free company militia, are of course excellent against vampire guards because they can actually stand up to zombies and keep firing if you put them on defensive mode. He has Sintler's Reichsguard, Demigryph Knights with halberds, the Silver Bullets, General of the Empire on a Griffin, 2 units of Spearmen on the flanks, another one in the front rank here, Terror Souls and Sigmar Sons for that unbreakable front line, and then 3 units of Greatswords behind them. So I think the key to the battle here really lies in whether the Crypt Horrors will be able to survive ranged fire long enough to destroy the Greatswords.
Yeah. The lack of armor piercing for the vampire count looks like it's really going to hurt him here.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
But,
2 Crypt Horrors can kill 3 Greatswords, but of course, then you can't allow them to take even a single shot, pretty much.
hey, quick question. How do I tell the information scroll to go away?
You press I.
Thank you.
When is White King already taking massive damage to the
Yeah.
other one on the other side as well. This seems to be one of the issues with formation movement. When you have zombies, your faster units will actually run in front of the other ones.
Yeah. And he's already taken quite a lot of damage. So I can turn
A
the
lot of
information
unnecessary
scroll back on.
damage. Because you have your zombies, right? And they are really meant to take that damage. But of course, if you run your other units in front of him, then it's kind of pointless to have them there.
And he's got his Free Company militia already focusing on the Cryptors really hard. One of them's at half health already, even
Half
lower.
health and almost crumbling.
Yes.
Now the net is coming down. Yep. Oh dear.
And the Regiment of Renown Graveguard as well as his Lord.
Yeah, the Sternsmen will last for a while because they do have silver shields and everything, but he really has to do something to interrupt this firing.
Yep, and the Cryptors on the left are crumbling already. They haven't done anything yet, so...
Yeah, and these Blood Knights are getting charged by Zintler's Reichsguard, and they didn't get a charge back on them.
Yeah, and I imagine that that's a losing fight even if they do get the charge back, so...
Especially now with these spearmen coming in as well. I mean, some zombies are giving chase, but what are they going to do, right? These Cryptors on the side here, idle. They should be swinging around and targeting these Free Company militia.
In the middle, but I'm not sure that it's going to make a huge difference here.
Yeah, it'll help a bit, but I mean, the vampire counts just aren't getting the engagements they want right now. I mean, 2 units of cavalry are bunched up against demigryphs and spearmen here, and these Cryptors in the back are just standing there, crumbling.
And a Scroll of Leeching was used on the Heinrich Kemmler as well.
Oh yeah, and Heinrich Kemmler is also getting... Well, no, he's not getting attacked by the General of the Empire just yet. But he's just kind of standing in the back here, and that's not really where you want him. Because he has this ability...
Looks like he's about to be attacked.
Army, right? Yeah. Another net coming down, so... Yeah, don't see this going very well for the vampire counts. Because they've basically lost 2 expensive units, these Cryptors and these Blood Knights, without doing any damage in return, really.
Yeah. How have the other unit of Cryptors held up? I don't even see them. Are they dead?
They tried to come around the side, as I was saying they should do, and they ran into the Free Company militia. But the thing is, Free Company militia aren't really pushovers, right? So one unit just held them back while the other 2 shot at them. And the way you want your Cryptors to fight is really mixed in with some zombies. So the zombies take the damage and then the Cryptors do the damage. But they were on their own and they were kind of just getting wrecked.
Bobbly Eyes in chat says that Kemmler is probably one of the lords that he has literally never tried. I can kind of see why, honestly. He doesn't seem to have a huge impact.
No, I mean, he's not using him in the way you should use him, but yeah, even so, Kemmler usually isn't the right choice. It's just because he doesn't have the mobility. He can be good because he does regenerate all units around him if he's in combat, but he's not terribly good at combat, unfortunately. And yeah, the handgunners were just unopposed all the time.
Yeah, how many kills do these Free Company militia have? Oh, the game is over. Right as I go to look.
Going to Dr. Payne there. They don't have a lot of kills, but they did a lot of HP damage on the Blood Knights and the Cryptors, so yeah, that was kind of painful to look at, I have to say.
Yeah, that was very one-sided. Alright, so what races are they now? Greenskins?
It's Dr. Payne stuck with the Empire, and 9th switch to Greenskins. So he's on his last life here, and yeah, he really has to play better than he did last game. He's going to win this. Because, I mean, the army he had wasn't terrible, but the micro just wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he could have, or definitely the first thing you said when you looked at his army was that he didn't really have very much armor piercing.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that definitely made a big difference. I think he could have even... How much do, like, direwolves cost? Like 500-ish?
Yeah, they cost 500, but the thing about direwolves is that they are very weak. They don't beat a lot of units one-on-one. And the Empire has these Free Company militia, right? So they're actually kind of tough for ranged units. So direwolves probably wouldn't kill them.
Well, do they need to kill them though? Do you think it would have gone better if he had just run dire wolves in to stop them from shooting for a little while, or at least to take their focus off of the crypt horrors?
I mean, yeah, he could have done that, but there's of course the nets to factor in. If a unit
Yeah, that's
goes in
true.
there, they tend to just get netted down and shot. And the thing is also that he didn't have a mobile lord. So usually what vampire counts do is they just fly or run their lord near enough to start casting zombies on top of these ranged units. And that's actually one of the big strengths of the vampire accounts. But he had Kemmler, and Kemmler is really slow, so Kemmler didn't even get a single zombie summon off there. And that was really the problem, I think.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to think of things other than just replacing the Lord, because I'd like to think that he at least had some like idea behind picking the Lord, even if it clearly didn't work out that game.
Yeah, I think if you have this huge infantry army that he has, you can get a lot of value out of Kemmler if you actually stick him in combat. But I think if you take Kemmler, you also need to take like a Necromancer on a horse, because Kemmler has a very low health pool and he's very slow. So if you have a Necromancer on a horse, you can use him to cast Invocation of Nehek, and then if he takes damage from an overcast, it's not such a big deal. You can also maneuver him around to get the zombies where you need them to, while you just keep Kemmler in combat, and so he can use his legendary item Chaos Doomblade to heal 3 units around him. So I'm kind of sad that we didn't see that happen, because it could have happened, you know. He did have 3 units of cavalry as well, so I think he should have been able to outmaneuver them there. But oh well, on to the next game.
Yep.
Do you want to take Army Blue again?
Yeah. So, we've got ourselves a big lump of orcs. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 goblins. Alternating between black orcs and big uns, with 3 big uns and 2 black orcs, and 3 ordinary goblin archers. He's got a big boss, a Grimgore Ironhide, another big boss. I believe both of the big bosses are riding spiders. He has the Regiment of Renowned Black Orcs, which I've heard are very good. I don't
Crimson Killers.
Yeah, I don't own the Orc Regiment of Renown, so I've never gotten to play around with them, but I've heard that they're quite excellent. And then we have 2 4-boy biguns. So, it's a very similar idea to the last army. He's got a bunch of meat shields in the front, and then hard-hitting infantry that can ideally stay alive for a long time behind him.
Yep, and now he does have more armor piercing in the shape of these black orcs.
Yep, and he's got a much more fighty lord this time as well.
Yes, no armor piercing though. No caster though. That's interesting. Because I mean, the Night Goblin Shaman is so cheap. Why wouldn't you take him, right? But I guess maybe just wanted more units. The Red Army. We have a General of the Empire, a Griffin, Steam Tank, 1, 2, 3, 4 Spearmen, 4 Greatswords, Silver Bullets, Jade Wizard, and 2 Reiksguard. Which army would you favor, just looking at this?
I think probably the Empire again. He's got healing, which the Orc army doesn't. I mean, the Orc army doesn't get healing even if you do bring spellcasters, but he doesn't have anything like that.
Yeah, healing, terror, flying.
Yeah, the flying lord, obviously very good at just being generally annoying, and the terror spreading, or terror and fear, is really, really strong against Greenskins with their low morale.
Indeed. I use a rather similar combination myself. I'm fighting against Greenskins, and it's very tough to beat, I find, because the Steam Tank is also pretty hard to kill, especially with the Jade Wizard there. But the orcs are moving up, and Grimgore is already taking a lot of damage from that Steam Tank.
Yeah, where is he? He's all the way back here.
Yeah, he got knocked back like 50 meters. because the steam tank got a direct hit on him.
Yeah, he's lost like a sixth or a seventh of his health. It's not great. The Goblin Big Bosses aren't terrible at killing steam tanks, though.
No, but I'm not sure if this is such a good move, because this one Big Boss is just getting destroyed by a charge here.
Yeah, I say that they're not terrible at killing steam tanks, but they're also, they're pretty terrible at staying alive.
Yeah, they're pretty squishy.
They die so easily.
Usually you want to kind of use them like assassins, I think, and attack a unit that's already attacking something else. Here they were just on their own, and Ninth pretty much lost both of those big bosses for like a little bit of damage on the general and a little bit of damage on the steam tank that can just get healed up.
Oh, they will rally, to be fair, but they've lost a lot more health than they would have liked to be useful.
Yeah, I mean they can still deal as much damage as if they were at as when they were at full health, but problem is they will rout very quickly now. If the steam tank as much as breathes on them, they're out of there.
He's right back to shooting at Grimgor as well. And any damage he does to Grimgor is good, because ordinarily Grimgor should win in a fight against his general, I would think.
If the general sticks around in the fight, yes. Yeah. If he starts cycle charging Grimgor, which he is kind of likely to do, then probably not. So yeah, what are these Greenskins waiting for?
I have no idea. I think he's moving his archers up, so I guess he wants to counter harass. The steam tank has limited ammo, I guess. It can only attempt to murder Grimgor so many times, but so far its attempts are going quite well. Indeed. I don't know how long you can afford to just sit there and take shots.
Grimgor already at half health. So the Orc leadership is suffering, and Grimgor is just getting pounded over and over. So I'm not sure why these Greenskins are just standing there while this is happening.
If you stick units on top of Grimgor and they get hit by the cannon, would that stop it from hitting him, or would it just blow right through?
I think it would blow right through, to be honest. Yeah. And the steam tank is just 360 no-scoping Grimgor right now. Just a couple more shots and he's out of there, man.
Yeah, he's only got 1,000 health left, and that's not where you want to be before the battle's even started.
No, because the Wa and the stand your ground are so essential to the York mainline.
Yeah, well, he's started to shoot the steam tank, but I can say with confidence that the steam tank will kill Grimgor before these Goblin Archers kill the steam tank, if this continues.
Yep. This time it's not so much a mistake made by Ninth, I think, but it's more like a compositional problem. Doesn't really have a way to counter this harass.
I mean, I think
maybe rushing in, but
yeah, I think his best way. Oh, he gave up, I think.
He conceded defeat. I think he may have tilted a bit after that first game, and then the same thing happened when he almost lost Grimgor.
Yeah.
So yeah, very quick series here, going to Dr. Payne.
Yep. I mean, I think the only thing he could have really done against the composition was just to run in and do his best to win the fight, right? So I mean,
yeah, if you're in a bad position, then, well, how did Churchill say it? He said, "If you're going through hell, keep going," and Ninth kind of stopped while he was going through hell here.
Maybe if you're lucky, you'll come out the other side, right?